interconnected ocean, a vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the story of the ocean with all its splendor and uncertainty than the killer whale, or as it's scientifically known, the Orcinus orca. The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
And I'm honored to introduce you to this intriguing and majestic animal.
Get wet already. I know.
There's nothing like seeing killer whales up close and learning about them and their natural behaviors. We hope this Orca Encounter gives you a better understanding of these amazing animals and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types or ecotypes of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whale size, visible form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. From above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them a perfect camouflage.
And our whales are going to help me demonstrate to you some of their physical characteristics. Their blowhole is perfectly designed for catching a quick breath of air at the surface of the water. Even the location of their eyes works to their advantage. It looks like they're in that white egg patch, but that is a visual distraction. They're actually in the black area just in front, camouflage from thrashing prey. The fin on the whale's back is called a dorsal fin. It helps stabilize orcas while they swim. There's no bone structure in this fin, so sometimes you may see it curve. flippers on either side of their body are called pectoral flippers, and they're mainly used for steering and stopping when they're swimming. Pectoral flippers have 5 bony digits inside of them, just like the human hand. The lobes on either side of their tail are called tail flukes. The tail flukes are the killer whale's engine, propelling them to speeds of almost 30 miles per hour. That's as fast as some of our speedboats, but they swim the fastest and use the most power when propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orca pod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as a form of their communication. They can use pectoral slaps at the surface of the water to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother might use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they breach.
Oh, they splash again. Another one splash, huh?
Killer whales use spy hopping to get a better view of their environment and coordinate with each other while they hunt. Fluke slaps are another form of communication that killer whales can use in the wild. As you can see, killer whales are great communicators, so it's no surprise they're at the very top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate, to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Will actually capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. Watch as our whales demonstrate the same behavior here at the Princess Whale Pool. Antarctic orcas will create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking unsuspecting seals right into the water. Watch as our whales demonstrate the same wave-making technique, showing off one of the most impressive and complex hunting abilities killer whales have developed around the world. You just saw these waves crashing in front of you, but you can't truly imagine the amount of water displaced until you experience it for yourselves. Luckily, everyone sitting in our lower sections has volunteered to feel the power of the killer whale in that 55-degree salt water. So who's ready to get wet? Oh, I think we can do better than that. I said, who's ready to get wet?
They all prepare.
That was awesome, you guys. Thanks for being such great volunteers. Now, because killer whales live in all parts of the ocean, it's no surprise to eat all types of prey, including other whales. Now, the blue whale on the screen behind me is the largest animal on Earth. In fact, it is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than a killer whale. So, how does a killer whale this size eat a blue whale that size out in the ocean? It's all possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
It's how they teach their young to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Killer whales are always showing off their playful side, both out in the wild and right here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when killer whales swim fast at the surface, breaking out of the water just briefly. Killer whales in the wild will also imitate each other. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are constantly mimicking and learning from one another. Now, playful behavior does have a purpose. For example, killer whales might use a tail whip in hunting to stun fish, but today they might just be stunning all of you.
Yeah, they go all the way up over there. Wow, they are so powerful.
Whales all day, every day here at SeaWorld. It's how we build trusted relationships, provide optimal healthcare, research, and quality of life. Our whales here take an active role in their own health and well-being.
Wow, they splash all the way up to where we are.
Their tail.
Their tail is so
This is
powerful.
really helpful in getting a voluntary blood sample from the vein that runs along the inside of their tail, as you can see on the screen above.
Wow, that's pretty. They look like a butterfly. Huh?
They'll also slide out onto a scale. We monitor all our whales' weight to make sure they're growing properly.
Wow, they splash all the way.
Their breast sample from their blowhole, all because of the trusted relationships we build here at SeaWorld day after day. Now I want to take a moment to introduce you to a very special whale of our pod. Joining me here at center stage is little Amaya. Now Amaya is 6 years old and weighs in at 3,000 pounds. She lives here
Wow.
with her mom, Kalia, and her dad, Ulysses.
3,000.
She's a very smart and sassy whale who loves snowballs, taking naps, and interacting with her trainers. Amaya here has inspired millions of guests just like you to help protect our oceans. We challenge our whales every day to learn new things, to engage and stimulate their minds, diet, exercise, and of course play. I'll help keep our whales in great shape.
Whales here at SeaWorld protect killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.